camera work with the on that. The players there were so magnified along the sidelines. You really got a good look at the Blue Devil players. Well, Steve, one thing that we know will be a good spot of news for the Blue Devils is the return of Cameron Dotson on the offensive line.
Absolutely.
And as these team captains get ready to go out to meet in the center of the field, we have seen that when Culpeper wins the toss, they don't defer. They want their offense on the field. Do you think that'll be any different tonight?
I don't know, but I think they're going to stick to the game plan. They've always been, if they win the toss, they're going to take it on offense. So we'll see.
Here come the team captains now, left to right. Saul Acevedo, Riley Vineyard, 34, Caleb Green, and Mason Elkins. So I was reminded by one of the assistant coaches, I was asking him about Colton Green's kickoff return. I think we had it at 93. He said it was 95 officially. But, Caleb Green, his brother had one against Chancellor, but we missed that game.
Right.
So the Green brothers with kickoff returns this year for touchdown.
Yep, and that's a nice stat. We dive into it. That's a good accomplishment. Both you and your younger brother and the older brother both ran kickoffs back. That's great.
Well, and you're looking at Skyline's captains, including number 5 there, Zayden Burks. He's only a junior, but he's first in the Virginia High School League in rushing yards, over 2,000 this season. And he's obviously going to be a force and something to reckon with tonight. And I'm sure the Blue Devils have a defensive plan in mind, Steve. But I think that the best strategy, as the coaches have pointed out, is ball control. Keep your offense on the field and keep them off the field.
Exactly. And that's what they going to do. It's like Culpeper did win the toss, so they're going to receive.
The other team captains include Deshaun Haley, the quarterback, number 6. Here come the official to signal that Culpeper's won the toss, and they will receive. So they keep it consistent.
Yeah.
They want their offense on the field, and what we've seen them do methodically is engineer these long drives that they sustain possession, and they, obviously you want to cap it with a score, but the big thing is they chew up so much clock.
They do, and the clock. This offense is great that Coach Sherry is running because of the ground game. They're able to keep the other opposing team off the field with their offense, and we're controlling a lot of clock. And again, we saw that big time last week, but it's going to be a little harder this week. Skyline is no pushover, and like I said, they have 3 losses. We have 3 losses.
And you know what? We're in the playoffs, so both teams are actually 0-0, aren't they?
Exactly.
Winner moves on. Loser calls it a season, and that's the way it is till you get to the state finals, and everyone wants to get to that place, and only a few will make it. We have 6 classifications, so in the end, 12 teams will make it when it's all said and done. Teeing it up for the Skyline Hawks is junior kicker Tristan Walker.
And if they're watching film, I don't think they're going to kick it to number 7, Colton Green.
Well, Colton Green, as we mentioned, and his brother Caleb have kickoff returns for touchdowns this year. Last week it was Colton against Goochland. Earlier it was Caleb against Chancellor. This one is loose and is picked up at the 15-yard line by Colton Green. And they tackle him pretty much in his tracks right there at the 20. So not the starting position or field position they would have wanted, but they'll start at the 20. And we'll see the Blue Devil offense for the first time tonight.
Yeah, and I'm going to see anxious to see what the Blue Devils are going to do here on offense, because you look at it, Skyline's got some big boys up there, and again, their philosophy is to try to get as many hats on that football.
Well, their biggest player, Skyline, is number 74, Isaiah Catton. He's 6'3", 310 pounds. He's a senior.
You would think he'd be getting some looks from schools with that frame.
Looking at the
delay here by the officials.
We have several of those as we go.
And it's a penalty.
And we didn't see it.
Exactly.
We're Or maybe they're just resetting the ball, Steve.
Yeah, that's what they're doing.
They have it at the 18 rather than the 20. So that's where these Blue Devils will start on offense here tonight. From Broman Field, again, this is a region semifinal game. And we have a whistle before we can get going.
I think it might be, offside against Skyline. There you go. That makes it now.
Well, we're live, and our live sponsor is Able Heating and Air, answering any and all questions you may have about your HVAC system. There's peace of mind knowing they are able to keep your home comfortable. Able Heating and Air, 718-7556. All right, now from the 23, 1st and 5, Blue Devils opening possession. Here's the snap. This is going to be Riley Vineyard with the carry, and he gets a couple of yards, maybe out to the 26. Might give him 3. You got to figure we're going to call his name and number a lot tonight. And, of course, the Blue Devils, Steve, they put so many different players in that backfield last week, including Ricky Butler. And, I told him earlier, I said, when you see somebody with his jersey number 55, you don't expect them to run the football. But they had just so many different players in the mix last week.
Yeah, they sure did, Mark. And now, again, though, but this is, like I said, this is going to be a tougher test. And they're going to have to play smart football here, the Blue Devils.
2nd down and 2. Here comes the Hawks showing pressure. Vineyard tries to get to the outside, and then a little second effort, and he's going to go over about the 28-yard line. He should be close to a Blue Devil first down.
He should be. See where they mark it.
The line of scrimmage originally was the 18, so he had to get to 28, and it looks to me like he's got it. Yep, they're going to move the sticks right now. Well, this broadcast brought to you in part by localsportshistory.com. That's the community sports site that you are building organically. Check out local sports information or contribute your submissions at localsportshistory.com. Mark O'Connell, Steve Peacock, Nick Morris, Johnny Kronchuk, Chris Frazier with us tonight. The entire crew from the Culpeper Media Network. We hope you enjoyed tonight's game, and we certainly hope that the Blue Devils can win this one and move on to next week's final. We'll see how it goes. All right, here is Caleb Green, his first carry of the night. He shrugged off that first defender, then the Hawks closed quickly and limited him to about a 2-yard gain on first down.
Yeah, I thought they was going to get some more big yards, but again, this just shows the difference between Goochland and Skyline. Skyline's got some good, quick athletes up there, and they're able to bring Caleb down.
And he did pick up 3 yards at 2nd and 7. So the going may be a little slow or tough at first. I think they're working both sides, Steve. They work Riley to the right and Caleb to the left there. They're going to try to find maybe a soft spot.
Exactly.
They got to mix it up and find out where that is. Here is 2nd and 7. Here's a snap to Vineyard. He's got one blocker in front. He makes a cut. And then he got across the 35 out to about the 37. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and short, perhaps just 2. Yeah, to move the sticks for a new set of downs on 3rd and 2 here at the 37-yard line. 9:35 to go, first quarter action. Clock is moving. This is the opening possession. Culpeper won the toss and opted to receive, and they've done that consistently now for a few weeks. And you can see why. They've got that ball control offense. They're confident in their offensive plays, and right now, they're looking at a 3rd and 2 from their own 37. There's the snap. This one going to, is it Vineyard again? Yeah. It is. He got first down yardage. He had to get to the 40, and he got to the 41 or 2.
Looks like number 6 for Culpeper is getting up Jossie
Shiflett.
A little banged up on that play. But, Mark, what I was going to say here right now, Culpeper start, to dominate that line of scrimmage. They're going to get a dose of Vineyard. Let him pound, and then that's just going to set up for a pass or a nice end around. Get a run trying to get to the corners.
Mason Elkins comes wide right. Jossie Shiflett is in there, left side. Here is 1st and 10, Blue Devils from the 42, and I think this may be Soderholm. With his first carry, he picked up 3 to the 45. So 3 and 4 yards at a carry, Steve. As long as you hold on to the football, you're just going to keep moving down the field, working the defense and working that clock.
Exactly. The thing is, you just, from an offensive standpoint, you just don't want to fumble the football.
Exactly.
Make sure because it looks like Skyline, instead of tackling, they're trying to yank that ball out of the running back's hands. And it's going to be a tough thing to do against Riley Vineyard.
All right, 2nd down and 7. Blue Devils have it at their 45. This drive started on their 18. And they've used about 5 minutes of this first quarter clock already. This is going to be Caleb Green. Caleb Green is going to be stacked up near the line of scrimmage, and good pursuit by the Hawk defense. They held him to no gain. This is going to bring Culpeper's first 3rd and long of this drive.
Well, and you got to give Skyline credit. They scouted Culpeper pretty good. We were feasting on that play against Goochland all last week, running Caleb around the end, getting the corner, and getting for big gains. But looks like Skyline's going to neutralize that. So we got the Coach Sherry and his offense is going to have to figure something else out. Maybe go to the passing game, using Caleb in the passing game.
Our first really big down of this drive comes now, Steve, on 3rd and 7. Let's see what they draw up here. They're going to go with Vineyard. Vineyard's got a block, but again, good defense by the Hawks. They forced Vineyard out of bounds, and it looks like we're going to have unnecessary roughness, and our first personal foul of the night will work against the Hawks. And that's a blow for them because they had stacked him up near the line of scrimmage.
Exactly, Mark. You called it. They had him stacked up, stopped, probably going to put him in a 4th and 6, and the referee blown the whistle, and they kept going on, and they threw him down. So therefore, it's 15 yards.
Exactly. All right, and the official will mark it off now. That'll move the ball into Hanover. I said Hanover. I meant to say Skyline. They're the Hawks as well.
Yeah, that's true. And I think the uniforms are similar, too.
I think they both have green in their color scheme. So now Culpeper now has it at the Skyline 37, where it's 1st and 10. 6:54, clock ticking, first quarter, no score, opening possession. Here's a direct snap to Riley Vineyard. Vineyard goes straight ahead, and he gets that push from his offensive lineman. And I like that direct snap to him. So, we got a little extracurricular activities going on there, a little push that doesn't bring in a flag.
Lucky. Culpeper, I'm happy with what Culpeper did. The number 57 just walked away, don't engage, because that's usually the one that engages that gets caught. So,
where's the one that retaliates that gets caught?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, he picked up 5 yards. Ball's at the 32-yard line. It's 2nd and 5, Blue Devils, as the clock continues to run. We're practically approaching that midway mark of this first quarter. Opening possession by the Blue Devils. They started this one from their own 18. They now have it at the Hawk 32. Fake it to Green. Lentz is going to throw. Incomplete. And this was his first attempted pass, and he was trying to hook up with Grant Soderholm. Incomplete pass brings up a 3rd and 5 from the 32. And this broadcast brought to you in part by Battlefield Automotive, featuring Toyota, Chevrolet, and Ford. Battlefield Automotive, a keystone of service and a cornerstone of our community. 540-547-3673. All right, Steve, the Blue Devils have had 3rd down, and last time they had 3rd down and 7. They got the unsportsmanlike penalty against Skyline. Now they have 3rd and 5 from the 32. Skyline will have to keep better control of the emotions. Let's see what the Blue Devils do on 3rd and 5. All right, this is a direct snap straight ahead. Here's the ball carrier all the way down to the 20-yard line. Let's pick up his number, Steve. That's number 16. That's Brendan Stover. Talk about mixing it up. Here's the replay. Call it.
Watch this. It's just a direct snap right to Stover. Caught the Hawks, sleeping. They didn't know where he had the football. Look at this. Big gain right up the middle.
And coming up from the secondary, making that tackle to save a touchdown. But he picked up 12 yards in a first down. So it keeps this drive going.
And there's another penalty, too, against Skyline.
Yeah, I'm going to predict right now, if Culpeper continues their success, and I know it's early on, it won't get better from the Skyline side as far as emotions.
Exactly.
And it's so important that the Blue Devils stay disciplined, don't retaliate, walk away.
Yep, just walk away. Don't retaliate, just like you said, because that's the one who gets caught.
And so 5:45, clock moving. In this opening possession, already the Blue Devils have consumed almost 7 minutes of this first quarter clock. Ball now at the 11-yard line. So that they can get a first down without having to score here to keep this drive going. Here is Riley Lentz with the fake. Then he decides to keep it. Straight ahead he goes. And he'll pick up 2 or 3 tough yards on the play, and will bring up 2nd down.
And what's happening, Skyline's still a little confused defensively of what Culpeper's running, that spin offense. It looks like they're running a wing T, but basically, and then they can throw out of it too. So I'm looking here, you're only, 7 yards to pay dirt?
It's 2nd and 7 for, let's see. They've got 2nd and 7, but I thought that they were in a position to get a 1st down without having to score. Maybe not.
Because I'm looking at the goal line.
Right now the ball is at the 7-yard line, so it would be 2nd and goal from there then. All right, here's Riley Vineyard looking for an opening. Here goes Vineyard, loading his shoulder, fighting for yards. Looks like he may be in, and he is in from 7 yards out. Steve Peacock, Riley Vineyard caps that scoring drive.
Touchdown, Blue Devils!
Riley Vineyard. Right here, there's another look at it, Steve.
Watch this. He just kept his legs moving, and he's such a hard runner, and he's very hard to take down. People underestimate how strong that kid is.
Well, I was watching that play unfold. He hesitated with deliberation because he was waiting for his block, and when he got the block, he hit the seam, and then when he got hit, they used his power. And I think he just decided he was not going to be denied that goal line. On for the point after, it's going to be Jacob Chavez. The holder is Isaac Wiggert. Long snapper, Jossie Shiflett. This kick is up, and this kick is good. 7-0 our score. Blue Devils, 4:34 to play in this first quarter. This broadcast brought to you in part by Fountain Sons, more than a respected funeral home. They support youth at all levels so they can become tomorrow's leaders. Fountain Sons, 825-3530. Steve, I'm going to go back. We don't have a statistician. I'm going to count the plays and do the math here. And while we do that, why don't you tell our viewing audience what impressed you on that drive and what the key to capping it with that touchdown really was?
Well, one of the big keys was getting that big unsportsmanlike conduct penalty that gave him, instead of that was going to be a 4th down, it was and they gave the Devils more life. But what I really liked in that first score was the way the offensive line was blocking, and our backs are waiting for the linemen to set up their blocks.
Right.
And it's just power football, pure and simple.
So I'm going to sum it up here in just a second. So unofficially, opening drive, 15 plays, 82 yards, capped by a 7-yard run by Riley Vineyard, point after by Jacob Chavez, and they consumed 7 minutes and 26 seconds of that first quarter clock, Steve.
If they can keep doing that on every offensive series, they're going to win this football game, because the key is keeping their offense off the field. Now we're going to get the first-hand look to see what the Hawks are going to be able to do.
All right. Jacob Chavez, who converted the point after, has teed it up for the Blue Devils. Will be kicking off to Skyline, and they're going to be looking to get their offense onto the field for the first time here in this quarter. Fair catch called for, and made at about the 25-yard line. That's where Skyline will send its offense onto the field for the first time. And, of course, we mentioned the running back Zayden Burks, first in the VHSL in rushing yards with over 2,000 yards this season. He had a lot of carries last week. I think he had about 41 carries. Yeah, he did. 41 carries, 236 yards last week against Meridian. That's a lot of carries in one football game, isn't it?
And did it? Starting at 25. I thought there was another penalty or something.
So Skyline will start on offense at its own 26, it looks like. Quarterback is Deshaun Haley. He wears jersey number 6. Watch out for the man behind him. That is Zayden Burks. Man in motion, Andre Ford. And we got a whistle. We got stoppage.
We have an illegal procedure against number 51. He lifted his hand up. So it'll be 5 yards right there.
First and 15. I think that Skyline's going to have to regain a little composure here, because this thing can sort of perpetuate itself with a frustration level.
Exactly. And but that was just your head's not in the game. You lift your hand up.
Back again is Ford in motion. Quarterback is Deshaun Haley. Hands off to that running back we've been talking about. There he goes to the outside, and he turns upfield, And he got back those lost yards. Riley Vineyard in on the tackle as well as Tyler McKnight.
And they're going to, that number 5, he is definitely going to basically, he's going to look to get to the corner because he's got some speed. If we can keep stringing him out like that and make him run east-west instead of north-south.
And he seemed like he ran quite a bit, but only picked up 2 yards that time from the 21 to the 23. And now it's 2nd down and 13 as this clock runs. 3:50 to go here in the first. 2nd down for the Hawks. The snap. Play action. They're going to throw over here. They got a receiver at the 29-yard line, tackled at the 30. A tackle made by Savion Milam, and the receiver there was Marcus Lockhart Wright, the tight end.
So now it brings up a big 3rd down play for the Blue Devils. They can get a stop here. They get the ball back because I don't think you'll see Skyline go for it in 4th down deep in their own territory.
Yeah, it's 3rd and 6 now from their 30. They break the huddle, come to the line of scrimmage with their first 3rd down situation. And they send Lane Kinney wide left, 2 receivers to the right. Burks is the running back. All that pistol formation. They fake it to him, they throw in the backfield. And nice move, good open field running by this receiver. He took a few blue jerseys along for a ride out to about the 45-yard line, a pick up at 15 yards, and a Skyline 1st down.
Yeah, that was, it looked like Culpeper had a defense right here, but again, you can't run, you got to put a body on him. You can't just stick your arm out there, and he ran right through it. But I thought they had him stopped. But again, that was just poor tackling on the Blue Devils.
All right, this broadcast brought to you in part by K&M Lawn, Garden, and Arborist Supplies, now located directly across Highway 29. From Eastern View High School, K&M, from grass to trees, they aim to please. 825-8371. Handoff, Burks gets to the outside. Turns upfield, got across midfield into Blue Devil territory at about the 48. Ricky Butler in on the stop for Culpeper. And there may be a flag down. Yeah, there is a flag down along those far sidelines, Steve. That could be a holding, right?
Exactly. It's going to be holding against Skyline. I think they're holding number 55.
Ricky Butler?
Yep.
There it is, holding. Line of scrimmage was a 45. Let's check the mark off here.
See where it is. That sets him way back, Mark.
To the 35. It'll be 1st and 20. They'll need to get to the Culpeper 45 for 1st down, but they've got 4 downs to do it. The clock continues to run. We're down to about 2 minutes to play in this first quarter. And it's 1st and 20 for the Hawks. Back to Burks they go, and Caleb Jenkins makes the initial hit. Then he got a little bit of help from Jossie Shiflett to tackle Burks before he could get untracked.
Yeah, and they played, if you watch in their lineup, where Burks is situated, it's like in a pistol or an I formation. He's way back there. I mean, he's about almost 8 to 10 yards beyond the line of scrimmage.
Down to 1:25 to play here in the first quarter. Clock is moving. Our score, you can see it's 7-0. Blue Devils scored on their opening possession. Now Skyline's looking at a 2nd and 17 now from the 38. We got a whistle and more stoppage. And this call comes in quickly. False start. Illegal procedure against Skyline. That'll push them back to the 33. It'll make it 2nd down and 22.
That's, again, now the Blue Devils, they've got a 2nd and 22. They cannot let Skyline get up to big plays and get up there to try to have a short 3rd down play.
All right, here it is on 2nd and 22. Delayed handoff, Burks. He got away from the first couple of defenders at the 35, 40, forced out of bounds near the 45. Well, you can see why Burks has really compiled such impressive numbers this year with that running.
Yep.
Picked up about 12 yards.
Yep. Right
On
here.
the delayed handoff, he got by Jenkins there. This is, it looks like McKnight giving chase. They forced him out of bounds near the 45. Picked up 12 or bring up 3rd and 10.
Yeah, but I think there's a hold on it, Mark.
Okay.
It looks like it's going to be holding against Skyline.
Oh, wow.
On that play.
So these penalties are certainly hurting Skyline, Steve. The first one that hurt them was that unsportsmanlike penalty that gave the Blue Devils a first down when they could have been looking at 4th and 7. And now on this possession, they had started their own 26. They had moved to the Culpeper 45, and that's when they started going backwards.
Again, you see how deep Burks is in that pistol offense.
Repeat 2nd down after they mark this one off. Here's the throw. This one caught on the slant out to about the 42 or 43. And that was Tyler McKnight defending against Marcus Lockhart Wright. It will bring up 3rd and long from the 42. He did pick up 9.
This is where the Blue Devils, Mark, got to tighten up a little bit.
It's like about 3rd and 12 here.
Yeah, they want to force Skyline here to punt, and so look where Burks is going to be.
Well, we've played 1 quarter here at Broman Field. Our score: Blue Devils 7, Hawks nothing. And we'll take a break. Come back for the second. I think Chris is going to be mic'd up. Chris Frazier along the sidelines there, looking for him.
Broadcast is made possible by the generosity of the following sponsors. Able Heating and Air, answering any and all questions you may have about your HVAC system. There's peace of mind knowing they are able to keep your home comfortable. Found in Sons Funeral Home, Culpeper's perpetual best of the best for resources, planning, and support for our entire community. Battlefield Toyota, Chevrolet, and Ford. Proudly serving the Culpeper community for over 20 years. State-of-the-art service departments and over 22 acres with hundreds of new and pre-owned vehicles. Battlefield Automotive. K&M Lawn, Garden, and Arborist Supplies. Now located directly across Highway 29 from Eastern View High School. K&M, from grass to trees, they aim to please. UVA Community Credit Union, strengthening the financial health of our members. And the Culpeper community. UVACreditUnion.org. Nominations are now being accepted for the local area sports Hall of Fame. Nominate anyone that you feel is deserving of historical local sports recognition at localsportshistory.com/HOF.
All right, we're here with Dr. Daniel Soderholm, principal at Culpeper County High School. Dr. Soderholm, just want to ask you, how do you think the game's going so far?
Fantastic, especially on that 3rd and long play where we stopped and we might even cause a turnover. The boys are playing great tonight.
There we go. Good to hear. We talked about the student section during the break. How are they doing tonight?
Oh, they're fantastic. I love the themes. We've got some student leaders who have really stepped up. Got to give a shout out to Adam Gessler. He's had so much fun doing that. Tim Winchell done a great job with it. They just love being together, supporting each other. It's fun to hear them chant one of their classmates' names every now and then. And we even had those two to reward them. They helped MC the pep rally today.
That's awesome. That's really good to hear. So, Blue Devils hold a 7-0 lead going into the second quarter. What's your observation so far with just inside the school with football doing well on a playoff run and winter sports starting up?
Oh, well, I love the participation. It's so much fun. You can see just by the students being here, they get that sense of belonging, which that's dropout prevention. It's amazing, and it's engagement in the classroom because they love being Blue Devils. And so when you can have fun doing things like this, then it's not so bad when maybe you hit a spot that's a little bit more challenging for you academically. And so we've seen that as far as the attitude being positive in the school overall.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Back to you guys. Thank you.
We saw some of the. We got a dose of this Zayden Burks kid. He's for real. But really, the penalties is what's hurting Skyline right now.
Exactly. I mean, I don't think Culpeper has any penalties against them, and right now it's that works in Culpeper's favor. They're able to you score first, and they're able to send Skyline's offense off the field.
Back to the run they go. Here is Caleb Green with a block in front of him. He's at the 30, 35, 40. On the near sidelines, he forced him out of bounds near midfield. That's a pickup of about 32 yards for Caleb Green. Watch this one again.
Yep. Watch there. Watch this play right here. Watch Caleb comes around. If he gets that corner, he's going to get that corner.
Got that block right there.
And then, he runs into Burks.
He got the better end of that one, too.
Yep. But there's a penalty on the play.
Uh-oh.
I think this is going against the Blue Devils. And it's going to be taunting because I saw it. It's going to be 15 yards, and that's, you don't do that. I'm sure Coach Sherry's like, what?
I'm thinking, why?
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
And now I think
let them do that.
I think the culprit was number. I think it was 32. Wouldn't that be? Who would that be for Culpeper?
Well, it's Caleb Jenkins, but it may not have been. We'll see.
Yeah.
But really took away that long run. Nevertheless, because the line of scrimmage was the 18, and they push it back to the 35, it is enough for a first down, so it's 1st and 10 from that spot. Back to Riley Vineyard they go. Here's Vineyard trying to get to the outside. He'll pick up maybe a yard, and he's tossed to the ground. No flag coming in as Andre Ford supplied the finishing touches for that Hawk tackle.
Yeah, I thought there was going to be a flag on that play. The whistle was blown, and he was still riding Riley Vineyard out, into the sideline there. So now
out to no gain, really, or maybe a guard brings up 2nd and 9. We are live, and our live sponsor is Able Heating and Air, answering any and all questions you may have about your HVAC system. There's peace of mind knowing they are able to keep your home comfortable. Able Heating and Air, 718-7556. 8:44 to go. Clock ticking. Second quarter. 7-0 Blue Devils. They fake it to Vineyard. They go straight ahead, and not much doing. Oh, look at this guy. He just did the flop. Trying to draw a penalty, and the ref didn't buy it.
And the Oscar goes
to Adrian Schmitz. Number 50, Adrian Schmitz. Well, you can't hardly blame him for trying, can you? But here's a 3rd and 9. This is the second time the Blue Devils have had a 3rd and long. And the last time they had that situation, Skyline lost control and had an unsportsmanlike penalty against them. So if they can control their emotions here, they're in a pretty good spot on 3rd and 9. Let's see what the Blue Devils do. Here comes Caleb Green. Caleb Green makes a cut. He's got first down yardage and more. Over midfield and in the Skyline territory at the 45-yard line. Good pickup and a first down by Caleb Green. Here's another look at that, Steve.
Watch this. Big handoff inside right there to Caleb Green. Good block right there by number 63. And then Caleb Green is all Caleb Green. He's faster than he looks. And again, he picked up first down, positive yards. Great play call, great run by Caleb Green. And number 63 for Culpeper threw that ball.
Yeah, Saul Acevedo, and Caleb Green really read his blocks well and burst through there in that opening. Good pickup. 20 yards and a first down by the Blue Devils. They now have it on the Skyline side of midfield at the Hawk 45. Here is Vineyard busting through the middle, fighting for yardage, taking players, all kinds of players. And there's another flop done. I swear he's looking for an Academy Award here tonight in Adrian Schmitz. 2 flops, no calls yet.
That's right. I know. He decided just to fall down.
He touched me.
What?
Watch this play. Watch number 50 right here. See how he pulls away, and then he goes.
Looks like he's diving into a pool.
And Vineyard just didn't want to go down. They never did bring him down, did they? Just blew the whistle after forward progress was stopped.
That's pretty comical right there.
I mean, it was just so obvious. I mean, it's even obvious to me. I don't even see well anymore. But you got a Vineyard picked up 8 yards. 2nd down and 2 now from the Hawk 37-yard line for these Blue Devils, who lead 7-0. And they go back. This is this Caleb Green at the 35? No, or let's see. Pick up the number. It's number 9. Grant Soderholm to the 35. He may have a first down. Looks like he does.
It looks like he's come back. He was banged up against Goochland. Didn't think he was, he went off limping against Goochland. So it's good to see him back on the field.
You got it. Well, localsportshistory.com is a community sports site that you are building organically. Check out local sports information or contribute your submissions at localsportshistory.com. 8:15 to go. Clock moving. There's that Blue Devils sideline. Good camera work. Here is 1st and 10 Blue Devils from the Hawk 35. And this is going to be Caleb Jenkins, his first run of the night. Here's one thing we haven't really pointed out, Steve, is that, we got a penalty flag in the backfield.
Yeah, it's going to probably be hold against Culpeper.
Say it isn't so. Oh, those are the ones that hurt you.
Yeah.
5-yard penalty doesn't usually hurt you too much, but these holding and, it's going to be 10 yards. Well, I'll get to something here in just a second about the importance. Really what I wanted to say was the importance of the center. When you think about this spinner formation series that they have, and they can hike it to any number of players back there, the center has to know where it's going to be hiked and the angle of that snap.
Exactly. You said it. I couldn't say it any better.
All right. They push it back to the 45-yard line. Will be 1st and 20.
Well, I guess the Skyline coaches probably complaining to the refs because they're getting penalties all called on them, and now all of a sudden it's Culpeper's had, 3 penalties so far in this drive.
That's right. 1st and 20 now from the 45. Here is Caleb Jenkins trying to get to the outside. He spins away from the one defender, and then they swarm him and tackle him near the line of scrimmage. Didn't have much chance that time. But Caleb Jenkins is getting some work. Well, this broadcast is brought to you in part by Battlefield Automotive, featuring Toyota, Chevrolet, and Ford. Battlefield Automotive, a keystone of service and a cornerstone of our community. 540-547-3673. Well, they gave him 2, didn't they? Yeah. Out to the 43. It'll be 2nd down and 18. They fake it to Vineyard. Here comes Caleb Green. This time they corral him near the line of scrimmage, and this is going to bring up a 3rd and very long for Culpeper.
But again, get Lentz rolling out. Try to find Caleb Green cutting across or a slant pattern right over there, because look how far back the safety, which is Burks for Skyline's playing.
Yeah, so what are you going to draw up here, Steve? If the offense coordinator, you got 3rd and 19, and you have the ball at the Skyline 44.
Well, it depends on how many yards you pick up here on this 3rd down, or whether or not to go for the 4th down, or flip the field, give Skyline poor field position.
All right, 3rd down, 19 yards to go for a Blue Devil 1st down. They have it at the Hawk 44. They fake it to Vineyard. Here's Lynch on the rollout. He's going to throw downfield, incomplete, and he was looking for Jossie Shiflett. He overthrew him. Now it brings up 4th and 19.
Yeah, they're going to send the punt unit on. That when you're rolling right like that and trying to throw the ball, it's hard to be accurate, because watch, when the ball's going to sail on him. He doesn't have his feet set, see? And what does the ball do? Sail.
Yeah, and good coverage out there, provided by Lane Kinney, number 11. Chavez on, punt this one away, and I think they're going to send Zayden Burks back, because Skyline wants to get the ball in his possession as frequently as possible.
We have to be,
Low snap, gets away from Chavez. He picks it up. Here comes the rush. Now he kicks it. This will take a Blue Devil roll. It wasn't pretty, but it certainly was effective, all the way down to the 17-yard line.
Good ingenuity right there. It was a bad snap. Watch.
Here it is.
And he's sitting there looking a bit. And see, they had the punt return on, Skyline did, so they really didn't have any pressure on the punter.
And, a kick like that has a pretty good chance of hitting somebody, because it's in traffic. And,
right.
And I think Skyline was lucky no one touched it. Well, this broadcast is brought to you in part by Found & Sons, more than a respected funeral home. They support youth at all levels so they can become tomorrow's leaders. Found & Sons, 825-3530. All right, Skyline back on offense from the 17. The Hawks trail 7-0. Good camera work. You're getting that close look at the line of scrimmage and those players in the trenches, that's what we like to call it. Deshaun Haley, the quarterback. He makes the pitch to Zayden Burks. Here comes Burks, getting behind his blockers. There he goes, picks it up, 1st down yardage. You can see why Burks is so good and why he's posted those numbers.
Yeah, he doesn't look real fast, but he's deceptive. He has a big, he's got a long gait when he's running. It looks like he's running slow motion, but then he can turn it on.
And
he's a big kid.
yeah, key block made against Riley Vineyard. And that might have been even a little bit questionable, but
Yeah.
the player got away with it. All right, let's see where they have it now. It's 1st and 10, and they have it at the 27. 5:26 to go here in the second quarter. They fake it to Burks. They throw near side. They got a receiver at the 30, at the 35. All right. So that's going to be a little shy of a first down. Here's another look at that.
Yeah, it's kind of a wounded duck throw. Watch this. See, and it fakes the handoff. It's kind of like.
You got a good block out there. Milam made the initial hit. So at the 35, it's second down and about 3. Clock running, 4:40 here in the second. Second down and 3. Burks, the carrier, bounces to the outside. Made one tackle, miss. Then he got hit pretty hard there at the 40, and that was by Riley Vineyard.
Yeah.
Nice hit.
He did hit him. He come flying in there. Caleb Green came flying in there and kind of took his legs out, and then Vineyard finished him off.
First down and 10 for the Hawks. 4:20, clock moving. First quarter, 7-0. Region semifinal game. Winner to move on to next week's region final against either Kettle Run or Brentsville District. Matched up tonight in the other semifinal game at Kettle Run High School. Kettle Run, the number one seed. Culpeper, number 2. And their opponent tonight, Skyline, the number 3 seed in the region. From the 40, 1st and 10. Pitch, Burks. Again, here comes Burks. And this time, he runs into Mason Elkins, who makes a nice tackle for a loss.
Yeah, he read that play the whole way, Elkins did. And see, Burks, he's not really hiding it when he runs. It's just like a fake pass, and then the toss right there. But watch Elkins, boom.
Nice tackle by Mason Elkins for a 2-yard loss. Brings up 2nd and 12 now for the Hawks from their own 38. Clock moving, 3:25 to play here in the second quarter. It's been a lot of Zayden Burks. We knew that. That was very predictable coming in. But here is 2nd and 12, Steve. And a 3-man front for the Blue Devils. They're going to throw to the near side. They got Ford, the receiver. He's at the 40, 45. Upfield he goes. Now he's across midfield. And he will have a Hawk first down.
Yeah, and that ball, when it's coming out, it's like a wounded duck. I mean, it's not even having a spiral on it. We need to get if I was a coach, I've been noticing that. Watch. I'd be having press coverage up there against them, not playing off like they did. That basically right there was the defense gave it to them. They played, way too far off the ball.
Well, and Ford had a couple good blockers out in front of him to enable him to pick up good yardage to the tune of about 15 yards. It's for the Hawks from the Blue Devil 47-yard line. Back to Burks they go, and he lost his footing and then was smothered by Caleb Jenkins at about the 45-yard line. Held him to a 2-yard gain. It'll bring up 2nd and 8 from the 46.
Yeah, looks like...
Call it 2nd and 9, rather.
Now, Culpeper's got to be aware here about the pass. Again, they like to throw those wide, flanker-type screens out there.
Mm-hmm.
And the ball doesn't get out there with any pace. And if I was a defensive back and I read it, I'd be jumping that ball.
Approaching the 2-minute mark here on 2nd and 8. Same call, Steve. They throw it near side. And this is to Marcus Lockhart Wright, the tight end. We'll check the spot as we'll tell you this broadcast is brought to you in part by K&M Lawn, Garden, and Arborist Supplies, now located directly across Highway 29 from Eastern View High School. K&M, from grass to trees, they aim to please. 825-8371. And UVA Community Credit Union, strengthening the financial health of our members and of the Culpeper community. UVACreditUnion.org.
Another holding penalty for Skyline, Mark. That was going to really now put Skyline in bad position. In a minute 52 to go here in the first half. Defensive, now the Blue Devils they got to, play good D here and see if they can get the ball back, or at least go in halftime and kill the momentum of the Skyhawks.
And the Hawks, as we look ahead, will receive the third quarter kickoff. They have it now, second down, and about 19 from the 43. Here's a rollout by that quarterback. This is Haley. Haley looking for downfield, and he's forced out of bounds. So nicely done by the Blue Devil defense.
Yeah, I mean, that was a good play right there by number 8.
That's Tyler McKnight. Here's another replay with that. As you watch Deshaun Haley roll left, he's looking downfield. Here comes the pressure by Mason Elkins, number 5.
Okay.
Yeah, it was Elkins and McKnight. Tyler McKnight and Jossie Shiflett were also in the vicinity.
But now it brings up third and long. The Culpeper, there's been Achilles heel for the Blue Devils this season, regular season. They give up big third down plays. See if they can get that net right here.
Yeah, and this is a big third down. You're talking about 3rd and 18.
Yeah.
With a minute 21. Clock has stopped with the play when the player went out of bounds. Minute 21 to go. 3rd down, 18. Here's the quarterback keeper. Up the middle he goes. And he's greeted quickly by, it looks like Ricky Butler, I'm sorry, Steve, it's number 50.
Number 50.
That's Tristan Butler. You're going to give us a replay of this one as well.
Watch that. Tristan just held his ground right there, and then boom, he came
back
off the block right there and was able to tackle the quarterback. Now, it's like Culpeper might have called timeout.
On 4th down. Yeah, and so the Blue Devils do call a timeout, and they have 2 remaining. Well, they'd like to get the ball back here on a 4th down.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
All right. Well, our live sponsor is Able Heating and Air, answering any and all questions you may have about your HVAC system. There's peace of mind knowing they are able to keep your home comfortable. Able Heating and Air, 718-7556. So here is 4th and long, 4th and 18, I think to be exact, from the 46-yard line. On to punt this away is the kicker and punter, Tristan Walker. Caleb Green, likely the man back. There he is. Caleb Green back for the Blue Devils. The minute 9 to go here on 4th down and 18. Here's the snap. It's a good one. And here's the kick. And Caleb Green says, let's get away from it. Watch it go out of bounds. Let's check the spot. Oh, they're going to be deep in their own territory.
Yeah.
And see, they're going to have a minute before they have, and they've got 2 timeouts remaining.
And the fans were just sitting there. It looked like the Riley Vineyard was coming in. It looked like you could block the punt. He was being held the whole time, and the ref didn't see it. Because I thought maybe Vineyard had a chance to block it. He's right there. And that punter's very deliberate. So you might be able to take advantage of that. Again, Blue Devils could go with a punt block.
See, we were talking about the value of this center on this formation that they run. It's Ryder Sellers. Here's Vineyard trying to get to the outside. They get to him quickly and tackle him for a loss.
Yeah, they were trying to – let's see where his forward progress is, though.
The line of scrimmage was a 19. And I want to get this other spot in. This broadcast brought to you in part by UVA Community Credit Union, strengthening the financial health of our members and of the Culpeper community. UVAcreditunion.org. And they're not using their timeouts, are they?
No, I think they're going to be content here to go in halftime.
Caleb Green gets the carry. Caleb Green, he can go nowhere because penetrating in there is Andre Ford, number 9, to make the tackle. And now we do have a timeout, I believe, being called by one of these teams. Let's check.
I think it's going to be called by Skyline because this brings up there's 3rd downs. Still 3rd down. Official timeout. Timeout Skyline.
All right. So they have 2 remaining, but we have 9.2 seconds showing on this scoreboard clock.
Is it third down or fourth down?
I think they've got it at third.
Yeah.
Yeah. Third down and about 16 or 17.
If I was the Blue Devils, I wouldn't want to. Don't get too cute down here. I'd just take the knee and go out and go to halftime.
Yeah, but they still have a timeout. They have 2 timeouts.
Who, Skyline?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you only got 9.2 seconds.
All right. So let's say you take a knee, then you call a timeout, and you're down to 7. Then you have fourth down,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
No, I don't know. You may be right. All right. Whistle means we're back in action on 3rd and long. And they go to Riley Vineyard. Vineyard bursts out of there. He's into the open field. Ball is loose. He was hit from behind. It's fumbled and is picked up by number 13, Silas Wilson of Skyline. He's on the return here. He's getting behind his blockers, and they're trying to strip him as well. And they don't do it, but we're down to nothing on the scoreboard, and that's how the second quarter is going to end. Well, you know, Steve, at the end of this first half, it's 7-0 Blue Devils, but on that play, it was very impressive by Riley Vineyard. I think he got hit sort of blindsided, and the player was able to jar the ball loose. And you pick up a fumble, anything can happen. But, you know, I guess it's the close game that a lot of people have predicted.
Yeah, it is. And when's the last time we saw Riley Vineyard fumble the football? He was hit from behind, didn't see it. But, again, they're only 9.2 seconds. It didn't really hurt Culpeper, so they go in now for on halftime, leading 7-0.
Yeah, so it was the Blue Devils who scored on its first possession, and we can recap that if you'd like. I'm looking. You're looking?
I'm looking.
There we go. Let's send it back down to Chris Frazier. Looks like he's in position to talk to Mason Settle.
We're here with Coach Mason Sherry for our halftime update. Coach, exciting into the first half there. Luckily, kept it 7-0. What are we looking for in the second half here?
I think our defense is doing a really good job. They have a very good running back. Number 9 is a very good player, good O-line. I think our defense is tackling well. We just got to stop, committing so many penalties on offense and shooting ourselves in the foot. But I think we're running the ball well. We're going to lean on our O-line like we have the whole year, and it's going to be a good second half.
Absolutely. And what's your message going in the locker room just to keep the same thing going but shore up the details?
Yeah, minimize the mistakes. I think we're tackling very well. We got to stop getting washed inside. They're getting to the edge on us, and just staying on our blocks and not committing penalties.
Awesome. Thank you, Coach. Good luck in the second half. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right, that brings us to halftime here at Broman Field with the Blue Devils up 7-0 in this regional semifinal. Join us for the second half on the Culpeper Media Network.
This broadcast is made possible by the generosity of the following sponsors. Able Heating and Air, answering any and all questions you may have about your HVAC system. There's peace of mind knowing they are able to keep your home comfortable. Found & Sons Funeral Home, Culpeper's perpetual best of the best for resources, planning, and support for our entire community. Battlefield Toyota, Chevrolet, and Ford, proudly serving the Culpeper community for over 20 years. State-of-the-art service departments and over 22 acres with hundreds of new and pre-owned vehicles. Battlefield Automotive. K&M Lawn, Garden, and Arborist Supplies. Now located directly across Highway 29 from Eastern View High School. K&M, from grass to trees, they aim to please. UVA Community Credit Union, strengthening the financial health of our members. And the Culpeper community. UVACreditUnion.org. Nominations are now being accepted for the local area sports Hall of Fame. Nominate anyone that you feel is deserving of historical local sports recognition at localsportshistory.com/HOF.
All right, welcome back to our broadcast from Broman Field, where it's halftime in this region semifinal game. 7-0 Blue Devils. We'll be kicking off to start the third quarter. I'm Mark O'Connell alongside Steve Peacock, Nick Morris, Johnny Krawchuk behind the cameras tonight, and our sideline reporter has been Chris Frazier. And by the way, Chris had a chance to catch up with Culpeper assistant coach Mason Sherry before they went to the locker room. And then one of the things that Coach Sherry said was that it was proud of the way the defense played, and of course the numbers attest to that when you look at the scoreboard, Steve, 7-0. What's your assessment of the Blue Devil defense so far?
They've been very good. I mean, they bend a little bit, but they didn't break. And basically, they were – I thought defensively they weren't the most – they didn't get all the penalties that Skyline had against them. So, and in part, the Blue Devil defense, they were putting hats on the football. They're really aware that number 5, Burks, can break it at any time. And I thought they did a great job of keeping them, hemmed in between the sidelines. So he wouldn't be able to break out a big, long one.
Well, we knew coming in that was going to be the key for both teams. Skyline was going to give the ball to Zayden Burks over and over. He had 41 carries last week. He averages over 200 yards rushing each game, and he's the VHSL leader in rushing with over 2,000 this season. So everyone knew, Zayden Burks. The Blue Devil defense did step up, as you said. And I think that the penalties really hurt Skyline more than they hurt Culpeper. But in addition to that, I wanted to point out that our viewing audience may have witnessed some technical issues we were having with the audio when Chris Frazier was mic'd up. We think that's been corrected, so hopefully here in this second half, we'll have better clarity and audio and all that stuff coming up, because it's really a great dimension to the broadcast to have someone working the sideline. And as we pointed out so far, Chris has had a chance to talk to a couple individuals, most recently Mason Sherry, and again, he lauded that defensive effort made by this team. So, Steve, second half, as we start this, it'll be interesting to see what, if any, adjustments both teams make. If you look at the Blue Devil offense, and they did so well when they started out, opening possession, they started from their own 18. They went 15 plays, 82 yards, capped by a 7-yard run by Riley Vineyard, and they consumed 7 minutes and 26 seconds of that first quarter clock. But after that, no score by either team. Why do you think Culpeper was not able to punch it in again in that first half? What do you think went wrong with them? Or what do you think Skyline did well defensively to stop that?
I don't think they did anything different defensively, but we had 2 inopportune penalties that killed us on the drive. So now what's going to happen is, of course, Skyline's going to get the ball here, start the third quarter, and we're going to have to ask our defense to step it up again, and hopefully we can limit their touches and, be able to force a 3 and out. And we just got to, I think, defensively just be a little more aggressive with the football. Now, offense, we seem to find our groove, but we haven't found our passing game yet. And I think that is going to be key, I think, to for the Blue Devils' success, to get more of a balanced offense. And so that way they won't be sitting there targeting and Riley Vineyard and Caleb Green. You're going to get those are your athletes. You want to get them out open in space. And so the way you're going to have to do it, maybe a couple screens. I still say you could line up Caleb Green in an H-back position or tight and let him, you do a play action that spin stuff, the offense, and then, just send Green right down the middle. And there's not going to be anybody there because that safety, Burks, he's going to bite. He's going to think it's going to be a run play. But you're going to have, in order to make that work, though, Lentz is going to have to get that ball out and take a 3-step drop and let it go.
All right, well, the kickoff team is onto the field, and Culpeper will be kicking off to Skyline, and Jacob Chavez will tee it up for the Blue Devils, who lead 7-0 as we start this third quarter. We were also following, to the extent we could, the Kettle Run versus Brentsville district game, which is the other semifinal here in our region, being played tonight up at Kettle Run High School. But I think last we heard Kettle Run was up 14-0 because the winner of that game and the winner of this one will meet next week. Now, if Culpeper wins tonight and Kettle Run wins tonight, we'll play that game up at Kettle Run next week. They're the number 1 seed and Culpeper's number 2. If Culpeper wins tonight and Brentsville were able to upset a Kettle Run, Brentsville being the number 5 seed would have to come here to play the region final.
And I hope that would be a nice scenario, but I don't think that's going to happen. Kettle Run they lost to Liberty Christian
last year. This ball is loose on the fumble. It's up for grabs. It's in the air. Let's see who comes down with it. Looks like Skyline has. and down at the 35-yard line. Well, they were able to avoid a major gaffe right there. Coming up with it was Isaiah Grady, number 8.
I thought they had it. I thought they had it there, but it was being batted around like a volleyball.
Mm-hmm.
So
I was wondering who's going to go up for that rebound, and Sky, right?
Yep.
So Skyline will take over here in the third quarter, opening possession, and they're going to start with decent field position at their own 35. And, of course, we mentioned the quarterback there is Deshaun Haley, number 6. Behind him, as always, Zayden Burks. He's dangerous. They go to Burks here on first down, and they stack him up near the line of scrimmage. And a penalty flag comes in on this play as several Blue Devils, Steve, came up quickly to meet him, including Tyler McKnight and Caleb Jenkins.
Yeah, there's going to be a hold on Skyline right here.
You're looking at the fans right now. They have a lot to be excited about here.
We're looking at other teams that are tonight. I know you know this team. They had a pretty good season. It's William Byrd.
Yeah, I haven't. They're down in Vinton,
Yep.
Town of Vinton in Roanoke County. I didn't know how they were doing.
They were 9-1.
Yeah. Another good team down there in the 2A level is Glenver.
Yep.
They came in. I think they're a number 1 seed in their region. All right. Well, it pushes the ball back to the 25 where it's 1st and 20 here. So these penalties are something that both teams really have to try to shore up here in this closely contested football game. Back to Burks they go. Here comes Burks turning upfield, and they tackle him at the 35. He got back those lost 10 yards. This will bring up 2nd and 10.
See, that's where Culpeper's got to be careful. Burks was getting another just a good thing we had a good tackle, not an arm tackle, and bring him down because, you pick up 10 yards on, 3rd and 22. I mean, 2nd and 22. Now you get them more into a manageable situation when it comes to 3rd down.
Well, it's 2nd and 10 now for the Hawks from the 35-yard line. Opening 2 minutes of this third quarter here at Broman Field. Here's the pitch again to Burks. He gets to the outside. He breaks away from one tackler and gets near that first down marker. He may be about 2 yards shy as he went out of bounds there. Well, this our live sponsor is Able Heating and Air, answering any and all questions you may have about your HVAC system. There's peace of mind knowing they are able to keep your home comfortable. Able Heating and Air, 718-7556.
Now I have to figure out a way how the defense can blow up this play. This is about 3rd and 2. It's going to go to Burks. So see if we can get penetration in on that line of scrimmage.
Yep, on 3rd and 2 from the 43. Haley, the quarterback. Burks behind him. Here is Haley. He's going to keep it. Haley will be very close to that first down marker as Colton Green came up to make the hit and force him out of bounds. Looks like they're going to give it to him.
Yep, they're going to give it to him.
New set of downs for the Hawks. Now at the 45-yard line.
Again, we knew the Hawks were going to come out fired up. Because they want to get on the scoreboard. Culpeper just got to continue to play sound defense, play your gaps. But we haven't seen too much, blitzing because really Skyline's is not a throwing team. They'll show you the formation, but
we've been throwing short
yep.
passes so far. Play action. Here's your quarterback looking for a receiver. Here comes the pressure. Now he throws. This one incomplete. Colton Green defending on the intended receiver there, Brady Kaufman.
Well, even he threw away out of bounds. So, do we have a official or blowing? We have a.
Oh, there is a penalty flag down right at the 45-yard line. That was the line of scrimmage where that flag was thrown.
It's going to be against Culpeper.
Here it is right here. The referee says it's personal foul. Wow.
What happened? See, those are the things, right? They're momentum killers. They're drive killers. That's a conduct penalty.
Why?
Yeah, exactly. Why? And I didn't see it as somebody's getting John with somebody.
Yeah, we knew this could be a thing tonight with this team, and all you have to do is decide I'm not stooping to that level. I'm not playing your game. I'm going to keep my mouth shut and go back to the huddle.
I agree.
Instead, they mark it off to the Culpeper 40. It's 1st and 10 for the Hawks. 9:55 to go here in the third. 7-0. You can see our score. 1st and 10. Back to Burks they go. Here comes Burks to the right. Makes a cut upfield. He's down to near the 25-yard line. A pickup of nearly 15 yards and another Hawk first down.
Well, a couple of the Blue Devils are trying to arm tackle him. Watch right here. One of them was Caleb Jenkins. You're not going to bring him down like that. So, but you're not.
Really got away from Jenkins, and then he made a nice cut upfield. And took a couple of players, including Ricky Butler, to bring him to the turf. All right, down to the 26. Picked up 14. It's 1st and 10 there. So Skyline coming out with a game plan here in this third quarter.
Yeah, it's run, Burks, run. So
watch Burks run. 1st and 10 there from the 26. I think Haley was expecting that handoff. He did a pretty good job, stepped out of bounds near the 25. This broadcast brought to you in part by LocalSportsHistory.com, which is the community sports site that you are building organically. Check out local sports information or contribute your submissions at LocalSportsHistory.com. Now we got a penalty flag against Skyline. That's a holding, and that's another big one there.
Yep, big one there against the Hawks. But, these kids got to start realizing, some of these kids, this is their last football game in a uniform, high school football game in uniform for seniors, because this is a win or die. If you don't win, you don't go on to the end of your season. So
exactly.
The Blue Devils, I'm liking what I'm seeing out there, but they just need to keep playing with that fire.
1st and 20 now for the Hawks from the Blue Devil 36. Back to Burks they go over the right side. He breaks the tackle. He's at the 30, and he's forced out of bounds near the 25-yard line. He picked up 11 yards. So he got a chunk of that lost yardage back. It's going to bring up about 2nd and 9 here. We may have is there another penalty flag down?
Yep. Looks like probably going to be an unsportsmanlike here.
Yeah, there it is. You can see it.
Yep.
On the far side, away from the play.
Yep. Getting sloppy.
Here it comes. Personal foul. Let's see who this one's going to work against. Personal foul. All right. That's going to work against Skyline. That's going to take away that nice 11-yard run by Burks.
Right.
And, I really think, Steve, if you're Culpeper, you can look at Skyline and say they will commit the personal fouls. Just let them.
Yeah.
But don't retaliate.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they don't need to be, retaliating and give them any fuel for their screw-ups. But
go ahead.
I was going to say now, defensively, though, you don't want to rip off a big yard, either a pass play or run to Burks. You just play stout defense. Don't let them get 10, 11 yards.
2nd down and very long now from the 41. Go the Hawks. That's Marcus Wright, the tight end. They hand it off to Burks. Here goes Burks over the right side. Bursts into that secondary, and he's tackled by Savion Milam at the 35-yard line. Let's see. Let's take another look at this.
Yep.
Line of scrimmage with the 41.
Yep, look at the fake there. Right here. Let's
40,
see, we missed
35.
Missed tackle there. There you go.
Down to the 25. He picked up 16 yards.
But we also got another penalty against Skyline.
All right, what's this one? I tell you what, this Zayden Burks is the real deal, isn't he?
Yep.
Well, they didn't mark anything off, Steve.
Sideline warning.
Oh, the sideline warning. All right, here is 3rd and 9 for the Hawks. They have it at the Blue Devil 25-yard line.
And we got stoppage of play.
Is this a sideline warning?
Yeah. Now, because they've got 2 downs here, they're going to go for it in 4th. They don't get here in 3rd. So,
you would
defense got to set up.
Big 3rd down here. 3rd and 9.
It's going to Burks.
Well, likely. And there it is. Here's Burks, and dragging him down is number 6 for the Blue Devils, Jossie Shiflett. Big tackle right now of the game. That might be the biggest one so far.
I agree, Mark. That was a big-time play. Your seniors step up and made a big-time play right there and caught Burks. from behind, and that's hard to do.
And it forces the Hawks into a 4th and 9 from the 25 here.
So again, look for Burks and see. I think I'm wondering if the defensive coordinator for the Blue Devils are making him signing him one of the players a spy on Burks.
Yeah. Well, here's 4th and 9. Clock moving, 7:10. We've got a whistle and stoppage. And it's going to be timeout taken by Skyline. They'll have 2 remaining. This one comes with 7:08 to play here in the third. Score is unchanged so far in this second half. And after the timeout, the Hawks will have it 4th and 9 from the Blue Devil 25-yard line. Well, this broadcast brought to you in part by Battlefield Automotive, featuring Toyota, Chevrolet, and Ford. Battlefield Automotive, a keystone of service and a cornerstone of our community. 540-547-3673.
All right, let's see what the Blue Devils can do here. It's a big 4th down. All they got to do is just stop them, tackle them, bring them to the ground, or knock the ball down. Don't try to intercept it unless it's right there, because you're at 4th down. You give up field position.
Makes me wonder if Deshaun Haley, his quarterback, may go for an option play here, run-pass option.
Well, it's true because they got man coverage up on the top, so we'll see.
Here's 4th and 9. They fake it to Burks. Here comes the pressure. He runs away from it. He's being chased by Jossie Shiflett. He's looking downfield, and now he's throwing. He's got a receiver. This one caught, breaking the tackle, and near the goal line, stopped is the receiver there, Andre Ford. But
there's a
I
penalty.
think they're going to be bringing this one back. And you can look at the demeanor of this team. You can see hanging the heads down low that they know this one's coming back. Well, that quarterback did a nice job of finding a receiver. That would have been a 1st down, but looks like they're going to be bringing it back.
Yep, they're going to be bringing it back. Could be a hold here.
Well, they've had a few of those, haven't they?
Yeah. They'll be declined, so they'll be Blue Devils take over.
I don't think, but would they decline it knowing that he picked up 1st down yardage? They can't, right?
You can't because, it's Blue Devils football.
Well, I don't think it is, Steve. Not to correct you, but I think that because he got 1st down yardage, they had to take the penalty.
Right. So if you didn't have 1st down yardage.
Exactly. They could have.
My bad.
That's all right. Well,
hey,
that's the way it is. We work together. What is
and it looked like they're punting here.
Yeah, sure are.
Watch for the fake.
Tristan Walker, the punter. And they don't send anybody back yet. Now they do. Here he is going to kick. It's a good high kick. And it's going to go out of bounds. I think, let's see where they're going to look at this one. Looks like it's going to be well beyond the 20. So it's a short kick.
Yep.
All right, well, Steve, the defense for Culpeper was out there for a while because, you're down to 6:45. This was the opening possession of the third quarter. So Skyline consumed 6 minutes, almost 6 minutes of that third quarter clock.
Right.
That means the Culpeper defense was on there for half the quarter.
Exactly. And see, now sideline by these officials. I don't know why they keep doing this.
Then you're looking at assistant coach Mason Sherry there talking to Riley Lentz, the quarterback, as Culpeper takes over on offense for the first time here in the third. They're going to start from their own 25. Like the camera work we're getting tonight, don't you?
Sure do.
I like having our sideline reporter, Chris Frazier, will be coming up at the end of the quarter, I'm sure. Right now, there's 6:45 to play in the third. Our score remains unchanged. Here's a snap to Riley Vineyard, and Vineyard charging ahead. And look at him turning these legs. And I think they got the whole team. They've got 8 players in there trying to bring him down. 2 or 3 were watching from a distance, and Riley Vineyard is a load.
He just carried him for about almost 10 yards. See, back in my day when we played, that'd been illegal. You did, or they blow it dead right there.
Yeah, you watch Vineyard, and he had the ball in his right arm, right?
Yeah.
Takes his left arm out to the defender, just kind of pushes him off like, hey, get off me. I got business to attend to here. So he's takes a lot of players to bring him down, generally speaking. Line of scrimmage was 25. You got out to about the 30.
Yeah. What are they doing, the officials?
It looks like they have an official timeout. I'm not sure what this is.
Oh, they're talking to the captains and say, clean it up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's exactly what's going on. Well, they talked to the captains. We'll tell you this broadcast is brought to you in part by Fountain Sons, more than a respected funeral home. They support youth at all levels so they can become tomorrow's leaders. Fountain Sons, 825-3530. 5:58 to play here in the third quarter. Clock stopped. And now they let it resume ticking. 7-0 our score. Blue Devils with their first possession here this third quarter. Started out on their own 25. They now have it 2nd and 3 from the 33. The backfield there, Riley Lentz, Grant Soderholm. Looks like this is going to be Soderholm, the ball carrier, and he is wrapped up by number 50, Adrian Schmitz, who gets credit for the tackle.
Oh, he didn't flop this time.
No, he was too busy trying to tackle the ball carrier. Well, we had two flops for attempted penalty calls.
Dives. And the degree of difficulty is?
Yeah. Degree of difficulty. Picked up 1 yard. Here is 3rd down and 1. They got to get to the 35. Will it go to Vineyard? It does. Here's Vineyard. He found an opening, Steve. It might have closed quickly, but he found what was available to him.
Yep.
And he picked up that first down.
Yeah, Burks came charging in there, but, Burks even felt that hit from Vineyard. So it's a first down. See, this is what the Blue Devils got to do. Just play grinded out football. Mm-hmm. Don't fumble. Take care of the football.
That's their specialty. That's what they did so successfully in that first possession of the game, which resulted in a score, and so far the only score we've had. It's 1st and 10 now. Blue Devils from the 37. Here's the snap. This one's going to go to Lentz. He's going to keep it himself, come to the near sidelines. Here's a penalty flag comes in at the end of that play. And ordinarily, that's an easy one to predict.
Yeah, because we threw him into the bench. Watch.
Let's take another look at this and see if there's some unnecessary roughness after that play was over.
Because he's the quarterback.
There's Lentz. They get him out of bounds. Okay, they keep tackling him.
Yep.
That's what was going on. That's going to work against number 34 of Skyline. That's Jonathan Leach.
Yep.
We don't have a statistician. I haven't kept track of this, Steve. But it'd be interesting to know how many personal fouls have been assessed against Skyline here tonight.
I would say 6. I got 6 counted. So 6 times 15, that's what?
6 times 15 is 90 yards, yeah.
So, and not counting the holds and, I mean, the Hawks, they're their own worst enemies. And Culpeper just got to keep the foot on the gas.
The way this game is playing out right now, if Culpeper were to score on this would be like an insurance score, don't you think?
Yep.
And I think the Blue Devils will be in pretty good position. Of course, you've got a guy like Burks who can break away any time. But, right now, looks pretty good for him. Here's Caleb Green. Caleb Green found the seam, burst through there, gets down to the 35. That's going to be close to another Blue Devil first down.
It is going to be a Blue Devil first down. Is Green hurt? He's getting up.
Uh-oh.
No, he's getting
There's
up.
a penalty flag at the end of that play, Steve. You see that one come in late?
Yep. And was that going to be against Skyline again?
I can't tell because it was hard to tell what was going on because it was away from the ball.
Yeah.
It was away from where the play ended.
And the coaches got to get their sidelines, so in check. The kids are standing around. See what the...
Here it comes. The man in the white hat.
It's going to be against Culpeper.
You think?
Yep.
Yeah, there it goes there. Marking it off. Well, he hasn't really signaled what the call was. Here it comes, I think.
Was that a sideline warning? And then they... Oh, there were 2 of them. They're walking them both off.
So it's holding against Culpeper.
Right.
And then we'll have an unsportsmanlike against Skyline.
Right.
Again. We'll see how this all shakes out when they finally put the ball down. 50, 45, 40. Well, that's a 39 right there.
Yep.
And after all that, it's like 2nd down and 4.
Again, just keep the... Because I didn't see anything unsportsmanlike that Culpeper did, but they had a hold.
Okay.
Now what are they doing? They're saying he should have had a first down maybe.
All right, as I sort this one out, we'll tell you this broadcast is brought to you in part by K&M Lawn, Garden, and Arborist Supplies. Now located directly across Highway 29 from Eastern View High School. K&M, from grass to trees, they aim to please. 825-8371.
It was still first down. That's why they're changing.
Okay, so it's 1st and 4.
Yeah.
It can become a little confusing with the back and forth penalties, one against one team and the other in the same sequence, you know?
You see, in the playoffs, you're supposed to be getting the district's best officials.
Here's Riley Vineyard of the carry, and good defense that time by Skyline. They strung that one out pretty nicely. Held him to, it looks like no gain on the play. How many times would you say that about Riley Vineyard? He gets the ball, he doesn't gain anything.
Well, now it's 2nd and 5, but I'd be going right back up in the middle. That's where they've been having success all evening long, is those runs right up in the middle, or, on that crisscross play with Caleb Green.
And, they've got time. They've got 2nd down, they've got 3rd down, and they only need 5 yards for a new set of downs. And the clock is running, and straight ahead is the ball carrier, and nominal gain, maybe 2 yards. And I think I just saw a little bit of extra roughness there, but they didn't call a penalty. And the ball carrier that time, Steve, was Brendan Stover.
Okay. Yeah, because Caleb Green's on the bench right here. I wonder if he got shaken up that last play.
Well, Blue Devils now have it 3rd and 4 from the Hawk 39-yard line, and the clock is running, approaching the 3-minute mark of this third quarter. 7-0 our score. This drive started at the Blue Devil 25. They've got it down to the Hawk 39, but they look at 3rd and 4 here. And you would figure this would be 2-down territory, wouldn't you, Steve?
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree.
Riley Vineyard in the backfield. Number 16, Brendan Stover. Riley Lentz back there. We got a whistle. We got stoppage. And we're going to have a timeout called by Culpeper, and that'll be the first of their 3. So they'll have 2 remaining. I think it's a really good time to call a timeout because you've got a critical 3rd and 4 here. If you can get the first down and you're working that clock, this is a strategic call.
I agree with you, Mark, and I think they also used to see if they get Caleb Green back in the game because he was over here sitting by himself, and now he's in that huddle. And you want your best players on offense out here. You got 2 downs really to pick up 4 yards. So you want, Green brings the speed factor where Vineyard brings the power factor. So, and they are missing, I hate to say this because I know he's not playing tonight, it's Cameron Marduse, and they're missing him too. He used to get some strong.
I don't think Grant Soderholm has had his name called as frequently as I thought it might.
And he was shaken up, though, last week against Goochland. But right now, you want to be able to this is for championship football. This is what champions do. They sit there, they're going to make this, a first down and keep the drive going.
All right, after the timeout, Blue Devils have it 3rd and 4 from the Hawk 39. They show pressure. Here comes Riley Vineyard. Vineyard gets a little bit of push, and he had his teammate there helping him out a little bit. I believe that was Brendan Stover, and they'll mark it down at about the 37. It's going to bring up, it looks like, about 4th and 2.
No, there's no penalty.
Well, look at this here.
Yeah.
It makes me think there might be a penalty coming in. Let's see. And number 8 lost his helmet.
Yeah, he's got to go out.
And that's Isaiah Grady. You got something going on here with the officials. Vineyard, I think, picked up 2.
Yeah, and you see what Burks was doing on that play, too. He didn't line up as deep safety. He came in on a blitz. He's trying to disrupt that, that sweep, that toss sweep that they're running.
Well, there was no penalty, and it was a gain of 1 yard to the 38. And now the Blue Devils are looking at 4th and 3 here. 2 minutes and 10 seconds to play in the third.
I would go with a hard count here, Mark.
Yeah, you want to try to draw them off?
Yeah, because they're being very aggressive. Tell your line and say, look.
Stover remains in the backfield. Caleb Green, Riley Vineyard, Riley Lentz. Oop, whistle. They snapped it to Lentz, but they blew the whistle before this play got going. And it's going to be, it looks like, timeout taken by Skyline, the first of their 3.
Yeah.
So they want their defense to regroup, key 4th and 3 down. I'll come back after just a second and ask you what you think the Blue Devil play call will be coming up. But right now, I'm going to tell you this broadcast is brought to you in part by UVA Community Credit Union, strengthening the financial health of our members and of the Culpeper community. UVAcreditunion.org. Well, our friend Dave Richardson said, have fun tonight. He said, I think it's going to be a close game. Yeah. Right now, his prediction is holding true, isn't it?
It's 7-0. It is close. You know, now I expect here at Culpeper, I think you got to run something that they don't expect, because they're really putting everybody in the box to stop the run with Vineyard. Well, you know, maybe you either get Lentz on a quarterback sweep, but they're taking Burks from his deep safety and they're bringing him up, trying to blitz and get into the backfield. You got to make them pay for that. This is where you could hit a pass because the way they're playing. The Skyline's defense, they got everybody up in the box, figured this is going to be Vineyard. It's got 2 yards, they're saying 3 yards.
Yeah, 4th and 3 from the 38. Well,
but I'd go with the hard count first, see what they do.
Riley Lentz back there with the signal call, trying to draw them off. Now regrouping, resetting here. Here's the snap. It's going to be Vineyard. Vineyard looks like he's going to be trapped in the backfield. They stop him at the 40. He had nowhere to go, Steve.
No, he didn't. He went to the short side of the field. He should have gone to the long side. He had more room over there.
Turnover on downs. So Skyline defense does this job. This was a possession that the Blue Devils started from their own 25-yard line. They worked it down into Skyline territory down at the 39, and they looked at a 4th and 3, and they were stopped for a 1-yard loss. Turned it over on downs. With a minute and 47 to play here in the third quarter, Skyline trailing by 7, back on offense. Good field position from its own 40. Haley, the quarterback, he's bumped by Burks in the backfield, then throws short, and that one's caught behind the line of scrimmage at the 39.
Are they going to keep it? They're going to call it a completion? I think
looks that way.
No, they're going to be incomplete.
No, I guess you're right then, because putting it back at the 40. So 2nd down and 10. I really thought that Burks ran into his quarterback there, threw him off the passing game.
But he doesn't look like he has a strong passing game, so you know it's going to be, they're going to give it to their best player, and that's Burks.
On 2nd down and 10, clock stopped, minute 44 to play here in the third. Here's Haley, back to Burks they go. Watch out. Burks trying to get away from the defenders. It's Tyler McKnight and Caleb Jenkins. He got out to about the 47, picked up 7 yards. It'll bring up 3rd and 3. As the clock continues to run, we're down to a minute 25 and counting.
And Mark, the way Burks runs is, like I said, he's deceptive, but he's fast. Once he gets going, he gets that corner. And that's what the Blue Devils got to really try to shore up. Maybe they need to shoot the gaps on blitz the safety up to stop him.
Well, it's 3rd and 2 here. And back to Burks they go. He's got 1st down yardage and more. The ball was stripped from him, it looks like, and the Blue Devils come away with it. Look about that. Riley Vineyard came away with it. Burks, terrific run.
Yeah.
And then someone just stripped him. And Vineyard came away. What a huge turnover. Here it is again. Oh, it's right here.
Yeah.
I think maybe it was Caleb Green who stripped him.
Could have been Green that stripped him. And now they threw a flag, though, at the end right there.
Well, let's see. You know, that's always in the area of a personal foul, isn't it?
Yeah. I think we're going to get possession, but one of our players was jumping up. I think it was, who's number 16?
Stover.
Yeah.
Yeah. I dread to see. Oh, it's a holding. Well, that won't hurt the Blue Devils, will it? But they're marking it off here, so were they holding on the return? I guess that's what it was, because it moves the ball out to the 45-yard line.
Exactly.
So Culpeper will have excellent field position, own 45 after the turnover, and that was huge. No doubt about it.
I couldn't see if it was Caleb Green that ripped it or Vineyard, because Vineyard ended up with it.
Well, I don't think Vineyard ripped it out. I think he was able to pick up the fumble, but I thought it might have been Caleb Green In any event, it's a turnover. Here's Lentz. He's in trouble. Now he's going to throw and get rid of it. Watch out! This one's picked off. And that was, I think, ill-advised. But coming up with it was Caleb LeHue, number 3, on the interception. So turnabout fair play there on the turnovers. So Skyline turns it over to the fumble, and now Lentz throws the interception.
Yeah, he should have just thrown it out of bounds. And, but you just take the down. So now you're back on defense.
Well, the passing game really hasn't been their bread and butter. It's been the run game.
Yep.
Skyline back in business at midfield with 49 seconds to play here in the third quarter. They get the ball back and they immediately go back to Burks. Burks over that left side. He was tripped up by Riley Lentz. Or no, I'm sorry, it was McKnight. McKnight tripped him up.
And Reinberger was
Reingruber.
Yeah.
At the 45. It's 2nd down and 5 there. Clock running, 25 seconds to play, third quarter action. Hawks have it, 2nd and 5 at the Blue Devil 45. Man, they fake it to Burks this time. Haley's going to keep it. He's got running room. Penalty flag comes in as he picks up first down yardage.
But it's coming back. It's going to be a hold against Skyline right here.
Well, they've had a few of those for sure.
Yeah. So, 2 flags.
Yeah, I really think that Skyline's really been hurt by the penalties tonight. What did you count? 6 unsportsmanlike?
Mm-hmm.
There's a holding.
That's it.
So they're limited to the 1 there.
Yeah, take it back.
And make it, it was like 2nd and 15 then.
Yeah, I mean, they're just, like I said, Culpeper, they've been lucky. They've gotten, a couple of the turnovers. There's a big hold here on Skyline after they intercepted Culpeper. So we'll see what the defense is going to do here.
Final 5 seconds ticking off the scoreboard clock. Skyline has it 2nd and 15 from their own 45. All right, that's the end of the third quarter. Our score, Blue Devils 7, Hawks nothing. We'll turn it over to our sideline reporter when he's ready.
Broadcast is made possible by the generosity of the following sponsors. Able Heating and Air, answering any and all questions you may have about your HVAC system. There's peace of mind knowing they are able to keep your home comfortable. Found in Sons Funeral Home, Culpeper's perpetual best of the best for resources, planning, and support for our entire community. Battlefield Toyota, Chevrolet, and Ford, proudly serving the Culpeper community for over 20 years. State-of-the-art service departments and over 22 acres with hundreds of new and pre-owned vehicles. Battlefield Automotive. K&M Lawn, Garden, and Arborist Supplies. Now located directly across Highway 29 from Eastern View High School. K&M, from grass to trees, they aim to please. UVA Community Credit Union, strengthening the financial health of our members. And the Culpeper community, UVACreditUnion.org. Nominations are now being accepted for the local area sports Hall of Fame. Nominate anyone that you feel is deserving of historical local sports recognition at localsportshistory.com/HOF.
Welcome back. We're joined with Athletic Director Daniel Nobbs here at the beginning of the fourth quarter. Coach Nobbs, how do you think the game's going so far?
Hey, region semis, it's a battle amongst 2 good teams, so that's what it's about.
Absolutely, and with football still going on and winter sports starting up, how busy is the life of the athletic director at Culpeper these days?
There is no life. It is sports. But I'm just excited that everybody's in good mood, good rhythm, and playoffs.
Absolutely. We had 2 back-to-back turnovers there, 1 by each team before the end of the third quarter there. Blue Devils on defense now. What do you think are the keys to finishing this game on top?
Hey, wrap up, tackle, and play with good emotion. So, yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, Coach Nobbs, and sending it back to you, Mark and Steve. Thank you.
Burks, the ball carrier. Burks picking up good yards out to the 35. And the man coming up on the turf, up from the turf last was Caleb Green. No, I'm sorry, Steve. Number 8, Tyler McKnight.
And what I want to say is, Burks is their workhorse and everything, but he's getting too many yards up front. I mean, he's getting 4 or 5 yards every carry. We need to get some penetration.
Well, that's about what he averages now. He bounces to the outside. He's at the 30, breaks the tackle, spins his way inside the 25. Caleb Green comes over the tackle. And a little frustration building there as he got down to, he went from the 35 down to the 23. 12 yards and another first down for Skyline. Now they're moving. This is their deepest penetration of the game. Burks in the backfield. They fake it to him. Here's the quarterback. Got away from that first defender, got away from the second one, makes a cut, and then slips out of bounds inside the 20.
Yeah, he's a little guy. He's not going to air it down the field. He's going to, short passes, but he's going to use his legs to escape pressure.
Picked up 4. It's second down and 6. 10:43 here in the fourth quarter. Second and 6. Back to Burks they go. And here's Burks wrapped up by Riley Vineyard and number 17, Michael Street. Well, he got enough for a first down.
See, Skyline's going to their hurry-up offense, too. He's trying to keep Culpeper from substituting.
10, they got down to the 12. First and 10 from there. Back to Burks. Here comes Burks. Look at Burks go. He's into the end zone from 12 yards out. Skyline is on the scoreboard. It's 7-6. They're a point after touchdown away from tying this football game. Here it is again from 12 yards out. They go back to Burks. He tries it over the right side. He got in there in the crease, turned upfield, made a cut, and then ran through 2 tacklers into the end zone.
Now how important it would be to block this point after.
So it's 7-6 with 10:19 to play. And on for the point after is Tristan Walker. The holder is Brady Kaufman. The snap, that's a high one. They get it down. Here's a kick. It looks like it's blocked. No, it's not. It's good.
It's good.
All right. And it looked like it was blocked there at first, but Walker was able to connect. It's 7-7 with 10:19 to go.
Well, we knew coming in this is going to be a close game.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of penalties, but again, now Culpeper gets the ball here on some offense and see if they can, get a difference and use the play clock and you get all the way down close and score.
Well, you know what Colton Green did last week.
Yep. Yeah.
I think they know that as well. Well, we are live, and our live sponsor is Able Heating and Air, answering any and all questions you may have about your HVAC system. There's peace of mind knowing they are able to keep your home comfortable. Able Heating and Air, 718-7556. Tied ball game with 10:19 to play here in the fourth. Winner moves on to the region finals, be played next week.
Is Coach Sherry on the sidelines?
I don't know, but
I think he's right there by the 40. Or by 30, from the 30, bending down.
Yeah, it may be right. It's kind of hard to tell. All right, Tristan Walker, kickoff for Skyline. Back deep, Colton Green, number 7, and number 17, Michael Street. Here's the kick. They got to redo this one, it looks like. They were offsides.
They're offsides. I'd take it, keep them 35, and go with it.
Or back them up, make them kick it again. They're kicking short. I think they do want to set up that return, don't they?
Yep. Well, they either want Colton or I don't know who's on the other side.
We said it was Michael Street,
okay,
number 17, and Colton Green, number 7, are back deep for the Blue Devils. And we'll kick this one from the 35 now.
This is where you tell your senior leadership, we need you now. This is got the game in their hands.
Tristan Walker, the kicker, now from the 35. Here's his kick. This one picked up on one hop inside the 20-yard line. And this is returned. Michael Street out to the 45. So he's going to give his teammates excellent field position as they come back looking to answer that Skyline scoring drive.
I mean, I thought he was going to break through it there last second, but the pursuit caught up with him. But now, here's the ball's in Culpeper's hands right now. Here they are, offense. They've got to make some plays happen here.
Keyshawn Tyler in there, number 14. He comes to the right as the Blue Devils line up here on 1st and 10 from their 45. 10-13 to play in the fourth. We are tied up, 7 apiece. Riley Vineyard, the ball carrier, bursting through the middle and fighting for additional yardage. Down to the 43 of Skyline. He picked up 8 yards. Nope, let's see, 5 and what do we get, Steve? He was at the 45. Gets the midfield there.
His ball's on the 43.
And he's at the 43. Yeah. The 12 yards and a first down.
That's why I keep running, because Skyline can't stop that. They're, the best thing you can do, don't run away from Burks in that back on that it was acting as safety. Run at him.
Well, I really think they've had more success straight ahead than trying to get to the outside. Here's Vineyard fighting for yards. He was hit in the backfield. He shrugged that one off and fought forward inside the 40 to the 39, giving him 4 yards, 2nd and 6 on its way. Did you know that localsportshistory.com is the community sports site that you are building organically? Check out local sports information or contribute your submissions at localsportshistory.com. 9:18, clock ticking, fourth quarter action. And it is going to be 2nd and 6 when the Blue Devils break huddle here. And they have it at the Skyline 39.
That's what you got to also tell your offensive line, give me a crease, give me just a good block. I can hit that hole and be, for pay dirt.
On 2nd and 6, there's a snap. This is Vineyard. Vineyard straight ahead, and they throw him back. The whistle was blown. The fans want a penalty.
Yeah, that was no flop on Raleigh Vineyard. The kid threw him back.
Well, the officials didn't throw it.
It was right in front of him.
They held him to 2 yards. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Another key 3rd down for both teams, Steve. We're tied up 7-7. Clock running, 8:20 to go. Riley Lentz checks in with the play.
Here's what I'd try, a little play action. Get Green to come across that formation.
And they're going to send Mason Elkins wide right on 3rd and 4. They're going to go with Vineyard. Here's Vineyard. They're going to stack him up just shy of the 35. Ball got loose and was pounced on it by the Blue Devils there. Good display of sportsmanship there. Saul Acevedo and Marquise Lockhart Wright. Well, it's 4th down, Steve. This is a big play call here from the 36. He only got a yard. It's 4th and 3.
Well, you know that what's happening right now, Skyline's going to load that box up. They're expecting Vineyard to run it. You need to get somebody on the outside. I'd be going using Caleb here. But you got to get some good blocks. Look, he's lining up like in a slot.
Okay, it's 4th and 3. Yeah, like you said, they brought him up. Here comes the pressure. Lentz throwing. This one batted down at the line of scrimmage, incomplete, and Skyline will take over on downs.
They had the play, Mark. They had it. Watch this. They had the receiver open.
It was Jossie Shiflett was the intended receiver.
Right, and the pass, there it was, right there.
There he was, yep.
Right there. And all he had to do was get her there. He got it batted down.
Skyline back on offense from the 36. We are tied up 7 apiece with 7:11 to play.
Now we need a turnover. We need a big stop here defensively.
You figure we're going to get a big dose of Zayden Burks, no doubt. Behind his quarterback in that pistol formation. They fake it to Burks. Rolling left as a quarterback. Here comes the pressure. Now he's going to throw, incomplete. Good coverage. Caleb Jenkins defending on the play. Pass intended for number 22, Brady Lupton.
Yeah, again, that was good pressure here by Culpeper. And then next thing you know, boom, you're out of bounds.
Second down and 10.
Come on, the defense, see if they can get some pressure. Because, Keon Burks, it's going to him.
All right, on second and 10. Back to Burks they go, and he gets across the 40 out to about the 41. Picked up 5. It'll bring up third down and, picked up 6. Bring up third and 4.
No. Somebody to come off their helmet. Big third down play here for the Blue Devils. Because I don't look for Skyline. If they stop them here, they'll punt it because they want to.
Well, you think so when you think about field position, that sort of thing. All right, third and 4 from the 41. Will they go to Burks? Yes, they do. And Burks is going to be stacked up right shy of that 45-yard line. And there's a penalty flag coming in at the end of that play.
And that might be a hold or unsportsmanlike. We'll see what the call is here. It's going to get Skyline, I believe.
Let's see. The man in the white hat will tell us the news. Holding.
Yep.
They've had a few of those tonight, Steve, and this is a timely penalty here. It could be critical.
Critical here. The Culpeper's got to take this penalty because they've been 4th and 1.
Yeah. They take it. They'll replay third down here. They mark this one off. Well, this broadcast brought to you in part by Battlefield Automotive, featuring Toyota, Chevrolet, and Ford. Battlefield Automotive, a keystone of service and a cornerstone of our community. 540-547-3673.
Well, Mark, it is 4th down. I thought it was 3rd, but they're going to
Wow. How about that? So they get the yards assessed. Well, that was just huge.
Yep.
That they're going to have to punt here on 4th down and about 15.
If I was Culpeper, I'd go after this punt.
Here's the punt. It's a high kick. Not going to be a deep kick. Let's check the roll. Check the bounce. They'll take somewhat of a hawk roll. They're going to mark it dead at the 42. So, Steve, Blue Devil defense holds. Skyline punts. Culpeper back on offense with excellent field position at its own 42. And you've got Culpeper has 2 timeouts remaining, and we have half a quarter to play.
Like I said, Cream rises to the top. And what you're going to have to now tell your senior leadership on that football team on the offensive side, guys, we have to make a play. Somebody step up and make a play.
And maybe ask, how bad do you want it?
Yeah, exactly, because we lose, we go home. We're home. Football's done.
All right. Back on offense from the 42-yard line, 7-7. Here comes Caleb Green looking for a block. Not going to find one. They're going to tackle him for a 2-yard loss. And coming up in that safety spot was Zayden Burks to make the tackle.
And, see, the thing is, the Skyline's recognizing what they're running. So they're sending Burks up from his deep safety position to get on that line and blitz and cause disruption. You got to make Skyline pay for that. And that's the perfect play was that slant pass to Jossie Siflet. That's how you're going to move the football on this team.
Well, Steve, the running game's had more success straight ahead, haven't they, rather than east and west?
Exactly. Now you got yourself 2nd and long.
Yeah, 2nd and 12 now from the 40. Here's Lentz. Vineyard blocking. Lentz throwing. Incomplete. Penalty flag down. And Mason Elkins was asking for one, and he got it. And it's going to work against his number's sake there, number 5, Zayden Burks. And it was intended for Culpeper's number 5, Mason Elkins.
Now, is that a 15-yard pass interference or a 5-yard holding? But it's an automatic first down. That's pass interference.
Another big penalty here.
And now you got to make, and plus it should result in a first down because there was, 2nd and 12.
Culpeper now has it at the Skyline 45. Clock stopped at 5:14 to play. Deadlock 7-all.
And they did give him the first down, so.
Culpeper in pretty good position. They can hold on to that football. Here comes Caleb Green, and they're going to tackle him for a loss near midfield, coming up and making the solo tackle, Andre Ford. And again, I go back to the east-west running, not as effective as the north-south.
No, I mean, I don't know what the offense coordinator's thinking here? I mean, they've snuffed that play out. They've seen it. They've seen the formation. And, and they're sending too many guys on the line of scrimmage that we don't have enough blockers for. So you need to make them pay. I'd go back with a pass.
Ricky Butler checks in for the Blue Devils. Loss of 5 yards. It's 2nd and 15. And the ball is down at right at midfield now as the clock continues to run. 4:30 and counting here in this fourth quarter. Hawks show pressure. Here comes Vineyard. Vineyard makes the cut and went forward. He slipped. He would have picked up more yards, but he got back some of that lost yardage and a little bit more.
Yep, he sure did. And see, that play worked.
Mm-hmm.
So
see, they put the ball down at the 44, it looks like. He picked up 6, and that brings up a 3rd and 9. So, interesting 2 downs coming up here.
Yeah,
for both teams.
The question is, they don't make it here on 3rd down. Do they try to go for it in 4th? 3:51 in the game.
Well, I guess it's see how well they do on 3rd down, right?
Yep.
Will it be 3rd and long, 4th and long, or 4th and short? With Riley Vineyard, it won't matter. Vineyard's got 1st down yardage and much more down to the 25-yard line. They needed 9 yards. He gave them 19.
Exactly. Look at this play again. He's ran, and Skyline's tired. I mean, look at this. Watch Vineyard. This is all Vineyard right here. One good block right there.
There's a good block right there. Did you see? That was just a downfield, excellent block that sprung Vineyard for some more yards.
Got 2 good blocks.
Down to the 25.
Couldn't pick up the number.
Mm-hmm.
I think 14 was one of them.
Well, that's Keyshawn Tyler. Well, what a huge 1st down run that time by Riley Vineyard. Ball at the 25-yard line, 1st and 10. Clock continues to run, 3:15 to go. Here's Vineyard again. Vineyard, he's the first defender, put his shoulder down, hoping to run through that tackle, but the defender had some help coming up pretty quickly, and they held him, it looks like, for no gain.
Yeah.
It is no gain. But that clock runs now. We're under 3 minutes. This broadcast brought to you in part by K&M Lawn, Garden, and Arborist Supplies. Now located directly across Highway 29 from Eastern View High School. K&M, from grass to trees, they aim to please. 825-8371. 2:43 and counting. And it's fourth quarter action. It is 2nd and 10 here from the 25. All right, back to Vineyard. Here's Vineyard straight ahead. There goes Vineyard. He almost broke that one away. It had been for Zayden Burks. He'd have been in the end zone. You'd be saying touchdown Blue Devils. But is there a penalty flag down?
It's a penalty flag.
Oh, wow. He just burst through there, powerfully so.
That's a call.
I don't see anything yet. Well, there is a flag down, though.
See, these officials.
Well, maybe it was a holding that sprung him. I don't know. But it was they mark it off, and it's going to be 2nd down and 20. From the 35 now, and the clock resumes. 2:20 and counting. This is going to have an interesting ending, isn't it?
It sure is. I thought that was going to be the breakthrough right there.
Yeah.
Get it, and then, we're going in the end zone, but we had a hold.
All right, here is 2nd and 20 now from the 35. Vineyard, the ball carrier. Vineyard going back to work. Tried it over the right side. Let's check the spot. As the clock continues to run, Culpeper has 2 timeouts remaining, and Skyline has 1. 1:45 and counting. He picked up 6 yards. The ball is now at the 29-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 14.
Now, you got to take care of the football, Mark. That's the biggest thing as us coaching staff. We got to take care of the football. If we don't pick it up here, let the clock run. We'll play for overtime.
Or it might be in field goal range, perhaps. I don't know. Big 3rd down here. Here's Caleb Green. Caleb Green, not much doing. And as you pointed out, Skyline's done a good job. They were prepared for some of these runs here tonight. So we got a whistle and we got stoppage. And let's check what's going on. Last player up there was Skyline's number 8, Isaiah Grady. And it looks like we're going to have a timeout taken by Skyline.
That's their last one.
Yep, their last one with 1:09 to go. after the timeout, we're going to have 4th and 11. Wow.
It's a little bit too far field goal range. The ball's on the 30. That'd be a 47-yard kick from there. And you would turn it over then right to Skyline with a minute or so left in the game.
Unless you had Mike Greenaway.
Yeah, Mike Money in the Bank.
Mike Money in the Bank. Yeah, he was a special find and addition for that championship.
You also can't forget
Mills.
Ashby Mills or Carter Mills.
Carter Mills, yeah, exactly. A couple of blasts from the past.
Yeah.
Culpeper really had some fine kickers in Carter Mills and Mike Greenaway.
So.
All right, after the timeout, it is 4th and 11 from the 24-yard line. They are going to go for the field goal, Steve.
Wow.
And they're going to mark it at the 35, so this will be a 45-yard field goal attempt. The snapper is Jossie Shiflett. The holder is Isaac Wiggert. And the kicker will be Jacob Chavez. From the 44-yard field goal attempt coming up with 1:09 to play. We got offsides going to be called on Skyline's Isaiah Grady. That'll give him 5 yards. Not enough for a first down, but it would make it a 39-yard field goal attempt.
Yep.
Could Jacob Chavez deliver the game-winning kick?
Or do you go for it on 4th and 6?
Nah, that's too much, I think. All right.
Now they got good blocking. They got to get good blocking here.
So this will be from the 29, right? 29. So this is a 39-yard field goal attempt. The snap, the hold, the kick is up. Let's see if it's going to be long enough. It's not going to be, nowhere close. So the field goal attempt's no good. Skyline comes back onto the field. And we are tied up 7 apiece with 1:04 to go. You mentioned the word overtime earlier, and I think you were on to something.
Yeah, I know you got a kicker. He's done some, good kicking. I would have put Saul Acevedo out there, but the problem you got now is now you're going to play for overtime unless Culpeper can come away with a big play here. And I don't think you're going to see Skyline do too much with the ball down here.
All right, with 1:04 remaining here in regulation, Skyline back on offense from its own 20. And it certainly looks like we're headed for overtime, but, of course, anything can happen. They fake it to Burks. Now they're going to swing it to the near side to Ford. Ford goes out of bounds near the 30-yard line. And looks like 57 seconds remaining. This broadcast brought to you in part by UVA Community Credit Union, strengthening the financial health of our members and of the Culpeper community. UVACreditUnion.org.
So we're going to make sure you're aware of Burks at all times.
Ford picked up 8. 2nd down and 2, Skyline. They have it at their own 28. 57 seconds to play in regulation. All right, back to Burks they go. He got away from that first defender. Watch out. He makes a cut. He turns upfield. He's in Blue Devil territory at the 40, and he steps out of bounds at the 35.
That's the problem. He can break it open.
Uh-oh, there's a penalty flag down. That was a 37-yard run if it sticks.
It's going to be a hold, I think.
Well, Burke's really doing the number. But these penalties have really hurt Skyline.
Yep. So the flag at the 44, so it's going to be hold. So you go, you don't decline it. Oh, they did decline it. Oh,
2 holdings?
Yeah.
All right. So that would be.
They're going to take the one that's furthest, because they had one at the 44 and one in the back. So they took the holding penalty that would cost them the most yardage, and that is this.
But is it still 2nd down?
Yeah.
Way.
Yeah, it is 2nd down.
2nd down and 11 now.
And they're trying to make sure you keep somebody back there.
15 at the 18. They fake it to Burks, and they throw it. They've got Ford out there, and Ford is wrestled to the ground at the 25-yard line. Stays in bounds. That means the clock continues to run. 35 seconds and counting here in the fourth.
Yep. And I think Skyline's probably just going to take a knee here.
Well, they don't have any timeouts remaining, do they?
Nope. They're looking for the play call. Just be, Blue Devils be on your toes because they could jump into that.
20 at the. We've got it down at the 25-yard line. It's third down and about 6. Final 5 seconds ticking off. One more play here. It's Burks, the ball carrier, and they tackle him at the 35. That's how regulation will end. All right. So we're going to go to overtime. And what about that overtime format? What can the fans expect, Steve?
Well, you're going to start at the 10-yard line, and with a high school ball, then you really, when they're going to do a coin toss, you really want to go on defense first because you want to see what that offense can do and what you got to do on offense. So it's going to be, you have 4 plays on 10-yard line. The clock will be kept up, and the downs and any of those calls will be kept up here at the press box by the officials. And basically, you got this is man on man. If Culpeper wins the toss, they want to go on defense, and then they want to stop. And they have 4 downs to stop Skyline. And vice versa, Skyline wants to stop Culpeper. One thing I did notice, Skyline's got a good field goal kicker. He can probably make a difference, and especially in overtime because you're only going from the 10. So, and that puts our kicker in that range too. So basically here, you want to be able to go out and just play hard. You got this is your season right now on the line.
Looking at the 4 players left to right there, Saul Acevedo, Riley Vineyard, Mason Elkins, and Caleb Green. I guess they'll meet in the center of the field and have a coin toss here, won't they?
Yes.
Here comes Acevedo anyway. Well, this is exciting in a way. It's also could be a little nerve-wracking, can it?
You sure can.
Well, Steve, the Blue Devils have been in one overtime game this year.
Yeah, they have. That's right.
Their second game of the season in the Cannonball Classic.
Exactly. So they know what to do. Make sure you see if the coin toss goes our way.
Well, opposite Saul Acevedo there is Barrett Stevens, number 55. He's a senior, 6'3", 260.
He's a big kid.
Yeah, he is.
And, the officials, this is pretty simple. Come on, guys.
Yeah, I think this crew's been a little more decisive tonight.
Yeah, they've been
not
decisive,
as much,
but a lot of laundry though.
Yeah, well, they've had a lot to keep up with. All these holding penalties, and certainly there've been the share of unsportsmanlike penalties.
Culpeper won.
So you're thinking if you win the toss, you want to go on defense.
Exactly.
Yeah, puts the burden on the team that goes on offense first to score in some capacity. And if you limit them to a field goal, for example, then you can win it on a touchdown.
I say, dude, Culpeper won it.
And they deferred. They did exactly what you said they would do. So we'll start this first overtime period. It may be the only overtime period. Right. We'll find out.
Well, now, after 2 overtime periods, then it has to be if they got to score a touchdown.
Oh, is that right?
They got to do 2-point conversion. So
makes it interesting. It's kind of a chess match there.
Yep. It's they give you 2 tries at it, then you got to make a 2-point conversion.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting.
So
the big fellow checking in there, number 77 is Markel Reed. All right, so Skyline on offense first.
Well, you can guess whose ball's going to.
Well, do you think Zayden Burks perhaps?
Yep. Now, if Culpeper, you want to get a turnover here, that's icing, buddy. Then you just go right in it.
Yeah.
It's whoever blinks first.
Markel Reed over the nose of that football. All right, first and goal. Skyline starts on offense. Haley handing off Burks. Watch out, Burks. He bounced off that and almost got into the end zone, Steve. And maybe he even did. Did his knee ever touch the ground?
No, they say he did.
That was, he picked up 9 yards on first down.
Come on, guys. Who's hurt?
That was number 17 of Culpeper there, Michael Street.
Touch.
No, he gives him the touchdown. So right on first down, Burks scores from 10 yards out, and certainly advantaged Skyline here.
Now, Culpeper's got to do the same thing. They got to score a touchdown. Hopefully this guy might miss, their kicker might miss the point after.
Well, that's Tristan Walker,
And he
the
was
kicker. The holder is Brady Kaufman. All right, everything counts. The snap, the hold, the kick. This one is good. 7, well, makes it 14-7 rather.
Yeah.
So what about Burke scoring on first down from 10 yards out, Steve?
Well, that was no surprise, but they had him stopped. But again, he kept his balance. You got to, with a back that athletic, you've got to wrap him up and tackle him. You just can't try to deliver one blow and think that's going to knock him down. It doesn't.
Well, let me ask you this. Culpeper has 4 downs to score a touchdown if they want to stay in this game. If they do that, do they kick the point after and tie it, or do they go for 2 to win it?
If you're at home, you you tie it.
Okay.
Live another day. If you're away, you would go for 2. But I could be wrong. Coach Sherry could dial it up. But first off, they got to get in the end zone.
No, they got to get there first, right. All right, let's see what Culpeper does. They got 4 downs to score a touchdown and get an extra point if they want to stay in this one. They're going to stack Raleigh Vineyard up after about a 2-yard gain.
I mean, that run play, that Skyline's, you can only work it but so much up the middle.
Mm-hmm.
You've got to get somebody out on the edge because look how many people they're loading up in that box. And they're blitzing Burks is what they're doing, and he's been successful getting in that backfield.
Yeah, and then they batted down a couple of passes attempted by Lentz, so makes it kind of difficult here. Here's second down. Here's Caleb Green. Here comes Green. There goes Green down to the 1-yard line, or is he in? He's in! Caleb Green from 8 yards out. He's 1 point away from tying it up or going for 2.
Touchdown, Blue Devils. They're not saying a touchdown. He didn't get in.
Well, it certainly did look like it. He got down to the 1. I was premature. Looks like he got in.
Yeah, look.
Where do they have it? Look at let's move the camera to the ball.
It's at the 1.
All right, it is at the 1. All right. Well, it is third down from there. 3rd and 1. Will they go Vineyard? Oh, they're going to have a whistle, and we're going to stop it first.
And I hope it's against Skyline.
Yeah, because it would make it difficult for Culpeper if it's against the Blue Devils here.
Yeah.
Offside. So it is against Skyline.
Half the
distance would make it at the half-yard line.
Yep.
That's a little easier proposition.
Yep. And I'm glad I don't see the quarterback in shotgun either.
All right, now from the 1. Vineyard back there. Lentz is back there. This has Riley Vineyard kind of written all over it, doesn't it?
Sure does.
But it's Lentz. There goes Lentz. He's in from 1 yard out.
Touchdown, Blue Devils!
All right, Steve, do they go for the point after or for the 2? What will Coach Sherry call on this one?
I think you're at home. You go for the field goal. But if you're confident, you got 2 yards.
Yeah.
And that's what they did against Eastern View.
Well, what if you line up for the 2 point, you try to draw them off sides, you do, then you get it to the 1.
Yeah, could do that too.
Well, if you don't draw them off sides, well, you just kick the point out.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, you call timeout because if you don't, you can't just not do a conversion. You see what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, if you're trying to draw them off, yeah, I got you. Yeah. Looks like they're going to go for it.
They're going to go for it.
Well, it comes down to this play then.
Yep, this is their season right here,
All right.
ladies and gentlemen.
This will decide if the Blue Devils win and move on to next week, or if Skyline's going to get this overtime victory at Broman Field over the Blue Devils. Right here, it comes down to this play. Caleb Green, Riley Lentz, and Riley Vineyard in the backfield.
And Skyline's going to call time.
Wow. Well, this is an exciting finish. The Blue Devils were here against the Cyclones in the second game of the season, here meaning in this position. They were actually over at Cyclone Stadium, as you recall. They won it in overtime 15-14, and it's 14-13 Skyline. If they go for the 2 and get it here, it'd be a 15-14 victory.
The key is you give it to Riley because you know they're going to key on 34. They think he's going to. I like the call with Caleb Green coming around the outside, but you got to find where Burks is lining up. If he's lining up to, jump start and try to get in the backfield, that's another story. So what do you do here?
Wow, this is so exciting. It's also, like I say, a little nerve-wracking if you're pulling for the Blue Devils.
Pull the Blue Devils, or you maybe do a hard count, see if they'll jump. You got timeout.
Well, that's kind of what I was thinking of earlier. Here they go. Here's Vineyard. Vineyard trying to get in. Vineyard's not going to make it, and the ball's loose. Skyline will recover it, and Skyline's going to win this football game. They stop them on the 2-point try. They went to Vineyard, and I think Skyline anticipated it.
Yep, they sure did. They sure did.
Wow. Congratulations to Skyline for holding on that 2-point, for holding the line against Culpeper's attempt for the 2-point try. Skyline wins this thing.
In overtime. It's sad for the Blue Devils.
14-13.
They had the game. They just at the end, they just ran the play. I knew they were trying to go to Vineyard to try to get him outside.
Steve, did they just not have confidence in their kicking team to tie the game up?
Yep.
They had to go for it.
They had to go for it, and but they, hats off to Skyline. They have a good ball club. They're going on to play Kettle Run in next week's.
Did Kettle Run beat Brentsville District?
Yeah,
okay, so the
three.
number 1 seed Kettle Run next week will play number 3 Skyline.
Yeah.
Well, been a whale of the season. I want to say congratulations to both teams for their success this year. Blue Devils for getting here in this region semifinal game. Being able to play 2 games at home. And we've had another great year, and it's been a lot of fun. Hate to see it end this way, but all good things must come to an end.
Yep, I enjoyed it, and like I said, we'll look forward to next year and see what next year brings. So.
Y'all want to see you.
Yep.
All right, well, it's been a great season. I want to thank our sponsors, Able Heating and Air, localsportshistory.com, Battlefield Automotive, Fountain Sons, K&M Lawn, Garden, and Arborist Supplies, and UVA Community Credit Union. Also want to thank the people here at Culpeper High School, AD Daniel Knobs, the guys we work with here in the press box, Billy Miller and John Bridges do a great job. Always great working with them. And it's great working with you and Johnny and Nick and everyone. So I guess that's going to do it. And Chris tonight, Chris Frazier.
Yep.
Well, I guess that's going to do it for us tonight and for the season. Our final score here in this region's semifinal game is Skyline 14, Culpeper 13. For Nick and Johnny and Steve and Chris, I'm Mark O'Connell saying thanks for watching and supporting Blue Devils football here on the Culpeper Media Network. I guess the basketball team will kick off our basketball crew in time. Enjoy the broadcast then. Until then, so long, everyone. Have a good weekend, everybody.
Broadcast is made possible by the generosity of the following sponsors. Able Heating and Air, answering any and all questions you may have about your HVAC system. There's peace of mind knowing they are able to keep your home comfortable. Found in Sons Funeral Home, Culpeper's perpetual best of the best for resources, planning, and support for our entire community. Battlefield Toyota, Chevrolet, and Ford, proudly serving the Culpeper community for over 20 years. State-of-the-art service departments and over 22 acres with hundreds of new and pre-owned vehicles. Battlefield Automotive, K&M Lawn, Garden, and Arborist Supplies. Now located directly across Highway 29 from Eastern View High School. K&M, from grass to trees, they aim to please. UVA Community Credit Union, strengthening the financial health of our members and the Culpeper community. UVACreditUnion.org. Nominations are now being accepted for the local area sports Hall of Fame. Nominate anyone that you feel is deserving of historical local sports recognition at localsportshistory.com/HOF.